Mark's welcoming his cousin Steve Churchill to a birthday party. I think it's Mark's 7th birthday. All the presents. Whee! Dick still got hair there. There's Auntie June. And there's Uncle Bob. And Grandma Roels. I don't know what it is you're opening. Oh, now we're going to find out what it is. Come on, Mark, you're awful slow. Oh, it's your own little flash camera. Oh, look at that.
Must have been from Aunt June.
I don't remember.
She's quickly taking off the price tag.
Oh, yeah, it's Auntie June then. There, now you can flash other people's pictures. Hasn't changed a bit, still doing it at age 34. Let's see, if you were 7, that's 27 years ago, isn't it? I think it says 7 on it.
It's August of '63.
Now what is that? What is that?
Shirt.
Oh, a shirt. Oh, he did love clothes.
Just for posterity's sake, this duplication from home movies to video is being done on the Sunday following Thanksgiving of 1990.
Look at that cake. It's a little train. Baked beans, barbecues. Wow.
That was BR, before ribs.
Yeah, oh, before ribs, right. Who's first in line there?
Birthday boy.
My, how slim Mother was. Oh.
That's Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Steve, and there's Auntie June. And there's Aunt Sella behind... No, Aunt Marion. No, who is that?
Yep, it's Aunt Sella behind
Aunt Sella behind Auntie June.
No, that's Aunt
No,
Marion.
that's Aunt Marion, right. And then Great Grandma Roels, and then is that Evie Jo behind?
Where would she love to see this?
Huh?
That's Aunt Evie.
Oh, there's Aunt Evie. My goodness, look how different her hair was then. And there's Uncle Ken, Grandpa Roels.
Uncle Bob.
Great, yeah. Uncle Ken. Those were the days. I don't know where everybody sat. There was so many people. Must have been TV trays all around the room.
Look at the hair on that guy.
Yeah.
Uncle Chuck.
That's Ken right now. The thing. And then Uncle Bob. Oh, that's after he'd broken his wrist. Yeah, and there's Uncle Charles. Yeah. Well, hot dog. We're still at it today, even in a nursing home. Charles is in the nursing home. TV trays, that's what I thought.
All right.
All right. Where was Marcella? I didn't see her in line, did you?
Some went downstairs.
Oh. Didn't Charles look young there? He and Evie both. And Junie.
That's 27 years ago?
Yeah. Well, you're 34 now, and this was your 7th birthday. And there's the train. My hair was brown. Was that my brother over there in front of the TV?
No, that's Ken.
Oh, that's Ken,
Yeah.
yeah. How on earth did I put that many people in the living room? Oh my. What magazine are we looking at?
Probably making some jokes about the
Attire?
size of the models or something.
Yeah. Oh, we had individual little things of ice cream. Well, it's fun because I forget all, you know, all this that goes on over the years. You sort of, oh, that was a cute windbreaker. Still opening presents. Is there no end? Oh, there's those pictures. They hang in the bedroom now. In the little room. Kath and Matt's bedroom now. It's not Daddy's bedroom anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to get the top off. But Uncle Bob's smoking those nasty cigarettes. What's in that tube there?
Tinker Toys.
Where you got
At
the
that
VCR?
age? Tinker Toys at your age, at 7 years old?
Sure.
You must have
VCR,
requested them. Right over there, dear.
Oh, I
Something went out of focus there. Oh,
Now
see. They're all
what?
going out to play ball.
Now what do we got? Oh, your
Sleeping bag.
sleeping bag. Yes.
sleeping bag.
Yes. Remember when you used to put BB in there? In the sleeping bag? Oh God. Wall-to-wall people. Oh, but we had fun.
Look at the old, there was an old Volvo out front there. Uncle Chuck Manady's old Volvo, I think. You can see
Oh,
it through the front window.
oh, I didn't see that.
Those are my deck pants. I remember those. Those
Yeah.
are my favorite pants.
Yeah. Well, now what is this? Hans's fourth citizenship. Uncle. Oh, look at baby. Yeah, she's cute. Yeah. I'm not sure what that is. On the sheet here it says Hans's fourth citizenship. Boy, what a handsome dude. Oh, it is. It's Uncle Hans. He'd been a citizen for 4 years. I was one of his sponsors, so we used to have a party once a year. Look at the close-up on her. Oh. Look at that handsome dude, Sue. Well, not that one.
No,
I
I
meant
saw-
the other
I wa-
one.
I looked
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
other
you're
one.
watching the other one. Yeah. Phoebe gets a goodie too. Cake, yum yum chocolate. Who wanted tea? Uncle Hans must have been taking these movies.
You're probably right.
Sure he was, and then he gave it to me. He gave me a lot of them. Look at that boy's hair. Did you see that? I don't remember wearing my hair like that. My goodness, it looks nice.
Oh, those are those cordials?
Oh,
Chocolate
I
cordial?
think so. I think so. Liquor filled,
Right.
Swiss from Switzerland.
Lint.
Oh, she's sitting up. Who wants a goodie? She could sit so long. She had a little square fanny. Hi, Golly, I don't remember wearing my hair like that. It was a pretty color then. She walks on her hind legs.
That's about it.
This is up at Evergreen Resort at Phelps, Wisconsin. And we had one, is that Phelps? That's what it says here. We had one cabin and Churchill's had another cabin. Let's see, who's that big boy? Oh, these must be other kids that are at the resort. This is the summer of '65. Oh, now Mark's going to go on that ski board. I guess that's what they call
So
them.
summer of '65, I ought to be 9 years old on here. Is that about right?
65. Yes, yeah, And here we go. The man who has the resort has the big boat and he pulls people around on it. Whoa there. Was that accidental or on purpose?
On purpose.
You're supposed to say on purpose. Snorkel kid. Oh, all the fun days. Now we watch the grandchildren do these things.
Hit a line drive back at me 90 miles an hour. Thank God I got my hand up in front of my face.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. They're pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cold too. The hands get cold, you know.
You have gloves.
Yeah. They're gonna walk over to.
We're
they're gonna walk over to Roels.
Yeah, we are at Evergreen Resort.
Oh, this is where.
And Mark just went around
This
on
is where I
the.
get beast.
Now this was. Oh yes, this was inside of our cabin.
No.
Huh? Sure it is.
Right. No, he asked if this is where he got bee stung. No, that was
Oh
on the
no,
last.
no, we've already done that
okay.
one. Yeah, the bee one has already been done.
Evergreen Resort.
This is Evergreen. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Check out the
boy.
Cub Scout T-shirt there.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. That was a nice cabin. Only the lake was so darn deep you couldn't find the fish in it. Oh, must be having root beer floats. Ever the clown. Father had teeth in.
Giving our personal grooming on film.
Yes. Just show.
Tan line.
Yeah, tan line. Show off. That was a pretty nightgown. That was a pretty nightgown. Good tan there, girl. Yeah. Sack time. Good night. There. Now we're out. Now we're out in the backyard, the back 40, where the swing set, and taking BB for a swing ride.
That was an old garbage pile back there, wasn't it? Behind that? That they had set up?
Well, we just.
Compost pile. Oh, there's my 007 James Bond
Oh boy.
gun.
Yeah, you better comment on that.
That was great.
One. Yeah.
Used to shoot real pink bullets. Oh, that's back where we had the poplars in the
Yeah.
corner.
That's before Mark got mean with her.
It's before she started biting me.
Yeah, why did she bite you?
You were real crazy there.
Yeah.
They disassemble into a gun.
Oh. Now let's see.
Carol and Scott.
Yeah, Carol and Scott. My niece and her little boy. Oh my golly. Oh. Phoebe in backyard.
There goes one of the...
Oh, yeah, now we're having the relay, high school relay races. Steve Churchill used to run in those. And
So David, too.
Yeah, but this, I think, is basically Steve.
Is it? Yeah.
I can,
There's Steve.
yeah. I can tell. And every time he'd win a ribbon, Marcel and I were sitting up in the stands, and he'd come up and give it to her. Oh, that was fun.
Oh, those white boys run.
Yeah, how about that? And they get to stand on the first, second, and third winners' stools or whatever they are.
Must be where Aldridge beat Roosevelt or something like that.
Probably. I don't know what kind of races those were. We never run those in school. That's not a relay either, is it? I don't think so.
These were down at Strong Stadium, weren't
Yes, yes they were. That's the college stadium.
they? There's Steve.
That's Steve. Yeah, he was fast. That was a relay. He had the wand, baton, or whatever they wand. Pretty soon you should start running up into the stands. Here he comes. I think this is him coming.
There. Here it comes.
Yep.
There he goes.
Yeah, there he goes.
He was faster than greased lightning.
Yeah, he was.
Jeez.
He was very fast. I think the one time I got a close-up of him, I think. Bring it up. Yeah, there he is. There he goes.
Oh, vacation.
Ooh.
Probably down in Florida. Fort Myers.
Let's see, I gotta get on the next page here. Yeah, Oh, we stopped at that big fort. I don't remember the name of it. Was it Fort Marion? I don't know. Had cannons all around it, aiming out into the ocean. Oh, I think this is at Daytona Beach. Oh, are those waves big? Now, Father, you watch it. Yeah, that was the year we went down one coast, didn't we? And then crossed over
I think so.
and came up and then stayed at, was it on Sanibel or Fort Myers? I don't remember which. We can probably
You're right, I
tell.
think we just...
Because I wanted to go down to the Keys, and we took a vote, and it was 2 against 1, so I had already been down there, so. But that's quite an experience, driving down to the Keys. I think we just crossed over by the Everglades, didn't we? I think that was it, that highway. And then we went on down, we stayed at Miami Beach too, I think, didn't we?
I don't know if that was all on the same vacation though.
I thought it was.
I know we did at one point, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was on that vacation. But that's the only vacation that we went down one coast, you know, and up the other. Oh, that's it, Wacky or whatever. That was an underwater, and oh, yeah, that's We took that glass bottom boat there, didn't we? I can't think. Silver Springs. Silver Springs.
Okay.
So. That's where one movie was made. I don't remember the name of the movie. Real beautiful flowers. I think that's part of the old thing of that one movie.
Monkeys.
I thought, yeah, I was going to say there should be some little monkeys along here. I like that monkey in the bottom of the picture there.
Yeah.
Boy, they sit there looking at the people, just like the people look at them. Oh, people must be throwing them food.
Bad case of diaper rash.
Oh dear. See that one hiding way up in the tree. Oh, it must be a mother. She's got a little baby. These are the flamingos. Oh, that was one of those oranges that had orange juice. Those plastic oranges. One had orange juice in it. Oh boy, here we go to Phantom Lake Camp.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
Is that a 62 Chevy Bel Air there?
See, that was in '66.
Okay. Here's a 64 Bel Air. Coming a little bit.
Yeah. Oh wow.
This
Now
is the
you
lodge.
must comment on this because I don't know.
This is the lodge and mess hall.
Oh, that wasn't the Green Mansion.
No,
huh?
it wasn't the Green Mansion. The swimming area here.
Yeah. Come on, talk a little bit louder into yourself because I can't comment on this.
It was a 1 week long camp. All I remember is I came home with 1 billion mosquito bites and 4 bumps on my head.
And I think a little impetigo thrown in for good measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slept in those tents.
Yeah.
I think we had about...
Did the one tent have a cat in it? Make you sneeze, or was that a different
No,
camp?
I don't. No, we didn't have a cat. I
Oh,
don't
there was one of them though. I don't remember which camp. Oh boy, are we tired. Oh man.
Yeah, Steve Whiteman.
Oh, is that? Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, that's your tents, huh? Boy.
Sir Lancelot's Castle.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, we did have a cat.
Yes, because you said that it made you sneeze. That's your counselor there?
Evidently.
Oh, that was Mrs. Whiteman, wasn't it? Sure.
Who's
Faye.
getting married here?
Faye Whiteman. I think that's the gal that worked at... Yeah, in the Fairbanks office.
Jan?
Jan, yes. Yeah, Jan's wedding. Yeah, it was held down at the little church by the side of the road, at the wagon wheel.
Hey, look at this.
Well, Uncle Charles.
Riding my Stingray bicycle.
Yes. You think he's gonna pull a wheelie?
Watch it there crash.
You think he'll pull a wheelie?
Nah. That was a slick bike.
Yeah. I like that big banana seat. Now there'll be a wheelie. Yeah. Oh, not a very good one though.
Well, I was just getting started.
Oh. Okay. It's our backyard decorated up for the big birthday.
This would have been, what, August of '64, if I got it figured out right?
66.
66?
I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold it. There's Tommy DeCory, Mike Wolf, Alan Ashley right there, Dave Schneider, Mike Borgerding.
Must be if we had hot dogs on the stick. Oh, and then I like to go to horse shows, and I took a picture of some of the horses. I used to know what kind they all were. Now I don't know. Isn't that an odd one, that spotted? I don't know what that was.
Spotted horse.
Yeah, there's a name for that. No, there's a name for them. That's the old barrel ride. Isn't that a beautiful one? Yeah. Looks like a Western type of thing. I wish they had that one Palomino that I took a picture of. It had a beautiful mane and tail. I don't know if it was this horse show or not. Well, there's Robert Churchill with his little doggy.
With Dave Schneider.
Oh, and this must have been Halloween.
Yep.
Gosh. Yeah, I stood at the door and took pictures of all the kids as they came in. Yeah.
Jim Burno's back.
Oh, yeah. I guess he still lives in Florida, last I knew. Boy, the kids really used to dress up, didn't they? Oh, dear. Must be early morning.
Mark at the camera, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow, there's our boys. Oh, what a handsome guy.
Hot, itchy uniforms.
They were?
Yes. Terrible.
The Cub Scout uniforms weren't itchy, though, were they?
No, but they were also hot.
Oh, were they? Yeah. Yeah, now Bibi gets to prance around. You weren't in Scouts very long, were you? Oh, we drove all around the neighborhood looking at Christmas lights. And this is night view of the Christmas lights that we saw. Almost time to put those lights up now this year. This must be Christmas of '67.
Oh, there we go. Look at all the presents. This will be out at Aunt Marcella's house.
Yep. Always had a white flock tree. I used to want a white one and Mark wouldn't let me have it.
There's Scott.
Yeah.
Is that David?
That's
Yeah.
David. Yeah, that's Dave.
Carol.
There's Carol. There's my brother, Fred. Prime rib. Always on Christmas we have prime rib. After having turkey at the holidays, we couldn't hack it a second time. There's Clarice. And Glenn. And that was Carol's old boy. That was Scott. Yeah. And Dave and Mark and Steve.
Oh, happy 50th. Oh, it was your brother's birthday.
Oh, was it?
Got together for his birthday.
Oh, yeah, because he was born, what, the day before Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, there's Clarice. Some of them are divorced and no longer with these spouses either. Clarice and Robert are divorced. There, baby. We had a present for her, and believe it or not, she went over and picked it up out from underneath the Christmas tree. I don't know how she knew that one was hers, but it was doggy spray cologne, I think.
Right.
And Mark went and sprayed her dog bed, and she would never get in it after that. And there's the kid in the tub. Bang. Oh, almost. Oh dear. What's with all these naked men? Yeah, baby, I'd look too. Mark and tub.
Oh, hey, the Olympics.
Oh, this
Here we
is
go.
this is a great one.
Let's
This
see
is
who we
this
got
is
in
the
line
neighborhood
here.
Olympics. It was in the let's see, that was when? That was the summer of '68. And there we lit the torches.
Schneider, Ashley. What was that one kid's name?
I don't know. We lit the
Tom Wolf?
yeah. This is the suicide board.
This was
And
great.
they'd all go over it on their bicycles. Curlump. It was hot out. It was so hot that I didn't want to stay outside all the time. So when they'd get everything set up, then I'd dash out with the movie camera and take the pictures of it. That's something to hit that narrow board.
You're not kidding.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. This must have been a race.
Race.
Yeah, it's a race.
Disc throw, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the discus throwing the
Which
disc.
were cymbals from an old drum set.
Is that what it was? Oh, oh, that was a fun
Ooh,
time.
high hurdles.
Now there's the high jump.
Yep.
Crash.
Schneider was good.
Yes, he was.
He could get his little hind end up pretty high. Me? Well, maybe the first one. Not the second one.
Uh-oh. I had this thing propped against, what, 2 bicycles and then a mat down on the
There's a
other
little
side.
carpet tube.
There. That was Davy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, he's even got a t-shirt with the symbols on the front, the round, you know. Olympic symbols. Oh boy, tricky there. Oh, that one is the weights, lifting the weights. Oh, ow.
I think this was a case where the camera got jammed in the on position.
Something.
And it got carried in the house and around. And
Oh, I know, but we had more of the Olympics.
yeah, right.
Yeah. And there we give all the awards. See the badges? And that was the end. Oh. Then we were at the end. Oh my. Oh, what was that?
Cooking steaks.
Cooking steaks. Right. How come there's only 2?
Pot must have been gone. Either that or we just had 2 for the 3 of us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at the size of those 2
Huge.
things. Oh. You probably had a Fairbanks party or something.
Probably.
Yum, yum. The chef.
Keep talking.
And there we finished eating the steaks and we're going to give Bibi a bone. She doesn't seem to want it. There we drop it down. Oh yeah, she'll eat. She'll chew on it. I don't think we let her chew it too long. This is the end of this one then, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. There, now we're in business. Now this was up at Rissman's Lodge. We used to go there on Ballard Lake in the fall when the color was real pretty. I think we were a little past our peak of color right now, but you know, it got sort of cool. Those are pretty leaves. The yellow aspens are so pretty, but it looks as though most of the red, the ones that turn real red, are past. In fact, I think there's a date that will show up on the car, won't we, there?
Perhaps. I remember going on up in the fall a couple of different times. Once was around October 15th and 16th, and we actually had snow.
Well,
this looks like it was before that time, though.
Oh, I don't know.
Wrong.
I was thinking this was the same. This was the time.
It's interesting because if you went up there,
Sure, this is the time. And we went to bed
so-
that in the middle of the night. I heard all this sleet and stuff coming down. We got up, and here it snowed, well, a couple inches, I think. And it was on the windshield of the car. You'll be able to see that pretty soon. We wrote the date on it. There, October 13th.
okay.
And
Which is interesting because normally by middle of October, all the leaves are down. This must have
Yeah.
been a late fall.
Yeah, it must have been. And it was funny because down home then, just 1 month to the day, November 13th was when it started snowing down home. And by the time we got down, around Minocqua or Eagle River or something like that, then there was no snow or it melted off. But it was cold. Mark had to leave a snowman in the corner of the cottage. I think we only were up there, was it one night? Like a weekend? I don't know. We weren't up there very long at that time.
It was a long weekend.
Yeah.
It was colder than blazes out there, I
Oh,
remember.
it sure was. trees had an early coating of snow that year. Wasn't too much color left. Usually the sumac is the first to turn, and then that drops off real early. Ooh, must have been going a little fast there. Not a very professional job. Ooh, where are we now? That looked like man's sleeve.
Must have meant to. Oh, here's the inside of the pad.
Oh yes.
6 foot by 6 foot cube out in the backyard.
3 you boys and parents had built it.
Right.
We had a housewarming and everything with it. Oh, now we're
back
inside.
to Christmas.
Yeah. Well, the pad was decorated with a little tree in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now which? Is that out at Sellers?
Mm-hmm. There's the rib.
Yeah.
Can you tell from the sheets what year this might have been?
69.
Okay.
Christmas of 69. Ooh, that must have a battery in it, huh?
No, I think it was just a nice Tonka truck.
Oh, really? Because it was going so fast. Look at it. Oh, that's little Jason. Oh,
There's
boy.
Joe Kabilka.
Here comes the professionals making the pizza. Joe Kabilka and Mar. Famous chefs. Ah. Oh, doesn't that look good?
The stereo.
Yeah. Is that the one that Andy June, you and Andy June shop for and got? What's he doing? Oh, pizza time. Oh boy, chow hounds. All the different kitchen curtains I had. I used to love to make kitchen curtains. All straight seams.
Oh, there's the big muskie.
Oh, yes.
45 inches long. And
24 pounds.
24 pounds.
24 pounds, yep. Caught on Long Lake at the Evergreen Resort.
Must have had a sleepover here with Cobb down the basement.
Must be, yeah. Famous times. There's not any like that. All right, boys.
Beating each other up with tennis shoes.
Ooh.
Oh, does that look cold?
Oh, isn't that? That really looks like winter. Oh. We must have had, that was a lot of snow. Look at you and Pop?
Yep.
Yep, cleaning out the driveway.
Snow coming down so hard it fills back in.
I forget to turn these pages to see what we're doing here. Sand Cellar, Mark and Joe. Blizzard, pizza, basement, sleepover, winter blizzard. Yeah, this was a winter blizzard.
Look at how the pine trees are almost.
Oh yeah, they just almost go to the ground.
Incredible stress on those limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how short the privet hedge is there. That was long before we ever trimmed it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Something's not working right.
Gotta go get a...
Well, actually, Casey's...
Okay, here we go.
There.
Halloween.
There's Halloween pumpkins. There's some old gruesome ones in the window.
Careful of that glass bowl.
Yeah, now we're going to have the, this is a winter of 71, a heavy snow. Look at by bushes, they look like big cupcakes. We put an apple up in the tree. Saw it for just a second to see if it would draw some birds. Just look how the limbs are all weighted down. There's the pad out and back. Oh, look at our big Coster blue spruce. Really covered with snow. Oh, that makes me cold just looking. And to know that this is what we're headed into. Look at that poor birdie. Was that a look at him eating the apple there. Can you see him, Matt and Kat? See that? See it sitting there? I don't know what kind of a bird that was. It almost looked like a robin.
BB.
Yeah, there was BB flying through the air. Oh dear. Is this all right? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
it's okay, huh?
Some, must have been a blizzard, huh?
A whiteout.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
here we are, arriving at the Youth Conservation Camp. We're going to plant trees for a whole month.
It was a whole month.
Whole month.
Month of June.
Yeah.
It was between Clam Lake and Glidden, Wisconsin. They had selected
Talk a
50.
little louder so you can hear that there.
They had selected 50 high school students from around the state to participate.
What year were you in at that time?
I think I was 15 years old.
Were you in junior high? Junior high then, yeah. Probably
Now, this is
ninth
back
grade,
in,
huh?
hold it, now let's back up here. This is back in Aunt Selma's backyard.
Yeah, when she lived up on that other street there. And the little kids.
There's Scott.
Scott, I can't think of who
Is
that.
that Jeremy?
I don't know.
Janelle?
Janelle, yeah.
John?
And, John. No, yeah, John. That must be,
I think that's Jeremy.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it didn't look like Jason.
Jason was the oldest, and then Janelle, and then Jeremy.
There's
There
Robert.
they're playing. Look at the hair on that kid. Oh. Yeah, they were playing, what is that?
Oh, volleyball game.
Volleyball. See that stripe?
There's Jason.
There's Jason, the little redhead. Yeah.
He was a handful and a half, if I remember right.
Oh, yeah. It ended up, it was too bad the way they ended up. There's Aunt Sella.
Oh,
And a rainbow. Yes, we had a rainbow. It was, had a bad storm, and it was, the sky was really dark. And then the sun came out, and we had a rainbow. Well, let's see, where are we now?
We're up north fishing.
Oh, we're in Canada.
Oh,
That Lindemeers?
look at that. Look at the size of that perch. Man.
Yeah, big ones. There's Daddy. How do you like that hair?
Mop head. Okay, that's what. Is that Burdette? Yeah, it was Burdette.
Yeah, there's Esther. Yeah, we stopped on a sort of an island thing. We'd taken our lunch along, and that's where I picked up. Oh, there's Aunt Sella. She was trying to get her clothes on, I think. Bare buns.
Terrible. Look at that.
Look at those muskies.
Musky,
Boy.
northern, musky.
Yeah, how about that?
Sheesh.
That's when Aunt Sella was a blonde. She went through various stages. That was Burdette.
Who's that guy?
That's the husband of one of the. Let's see, would that be the husband of the oldest, Esther's oldest girl? I'm not sure who that was. Boy, those are big fish.
North Shore, Lindemeers.
Yeah, Lindemeers. Yeah. That was a hard place to fish because it was such a big area. Had to really know where you're going. And on a windy day, it was so rough. All those stairs going down to the beach. Aunt Sella in rollers. She always turns her back. I guess she must want her buns
Yeah.
photographed.
Well, let's see.
This is the Rack of Northerns, a tour of the resort. This must be the tour of the resort. Something here very dark. This is a tour of the resort. You could eat at the lodge. You could cook in your cabin. We cooked in the cabin. I think we ate one meal over there. That we cooked in our cabins. There were quite a few cottages there, and they had a little airstrip there, you know, where people would fly in. Oh, this is where, I wonder, I don't know if we got a picture of that. Remember that mammoth northern?
Muskie.
I mean muskie.
Right.
That those men caught. In fact, it was still a little bit. How big was it? 52 inches?
Yeah, it was over 50 inches and weighed over 30 pounds.
Yeah, I think it was 52 inches long.
Fish.
Oh, I wish we had a picture. I don't know. We have.
I've got photographs of it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Look, there's a little chippy or a squirrel.
Little red
Squirrel. Yeah, sitting up on the logs there eating. They had flowers planted by all the cottages. It was quite pretty up there. Burdette had quite a big boat, and you could go way out. Now this thing is flashing.
Okay.
Oh, there's fireworks. Let's see, we don't have a year, well, we don't have a year on that. No, we don't have a year. It must have been after 71. Ooh, did I move that? Ooh, pretty fireworks. I don't know, those must have been taken here in Beloit on the 4th of July, huh? After 71. Oh my goodness. Oh, we jumped to 81. In Lexington, Nebraska. There's some more fireworks.
Okay.
There, now we're in Lexington, Nebraska. We took quite a leap. This is 81 when Mark and Sue. Mark was sent out there by his company, the Arthur Anderson Company.
In November of 89.
Yeah,
80.
and you'd just been married in September.
Of
no,
79.
no, I'm 79.
About
yeah.
a year prior to this.
Uh-huh.
This is the big steam locomotive there at the Dawson County Museum. It's on display. Mommy just went inside the locomotive. There she is.
Yeah.
We were out there until April of 82.
Oh, yeah.
This would have been summer of 81.
You go ahead and narrate this.
There were lots and lots of feedlots out there in Nebraska. These were typically holding areas. A lot of the farmers had their cattle actually up in the sand hills, wide open acreage to roam and graze. And they'd bring them in and put on some of the last few pounds here before taking them off for slaughter. They were very commonplace sights. This is up in the Sand Hills. It looks like it's probably about 10 miles north of Lexington. Very bright green. This must have been in the spring of the year, actually, because if you go up there mid to late summer, it's just like this, but it's brown. And you can see for miles, nothing but fence posts and windmill and occasionally some cattle. Cows.
Not such a lack of trees.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no trees in there.
It's really too arid for much else.
Oh.
Where are we now?
Grasslands, sand hills. Home Spruce, but this isn't Home Spruce. This is still out in, this must be is it Grand Island?
Could be
No,
Grand Island.
Grand Island. What does that say on there?
Oh, there's my Firebird.
Yeah. There's our big blue Costa blue spruce.
Hold it, something doesn't make sense. I had that Firebird when I was in school. But when I
Yeah,
got,
but then we took it, you know, because
Right.
you had a different one and we had it for a while.
oh,
And then
okay.
we finally ooh, look how brown the grass is. Those are my peonies. Oh, I had a hanging basket. And there's my garden. That's Lori's next door. There's a bird feeder. Oh, that's when we had
Little
our
basket.
locust put in.
And the basketball pole there.
Yeah.
You had, what, 3 different trees in that spot?
Yes.
Initially it was crab, and then
Yeah.
a maple.
We had that taken down, and then
Locust.
maple, which got knocked over in a storm,
Mhm.
remember? And then we had the locust put in.
That tree is
There
now
was-
huge, that locust.
It's big now. Ooh, I had a hanging, looks like a hanging geranium. There was my wild thing that Mark didn't like. Now I have a small one in there. Took that one out. It was supposed to be a mugo pine, but it sure got distorted. No.
Well, this looks like it's back Canada. Coming back from Canada, I think, is where we stopped by a
Yeah.
rushing stream
Of
somewhere.
73. Oh, that's
73.
before. That comes before Nebraska.
Right. Somehow
Yeah.
this,
Things that make. Oh, that
A
was a
little
pretty.
odd sequence.
That was a pretty area. It's like waterfalls there.
Who's that?
I think that was Karen, wasn't it? Esther's little girl. I'm not sure. There's Mark out there on the big rocks.
tempting fate.
You know it. Yeah, that was real pretty there. I think we ate there. Took our stuff and stopped off there and ate.
Isn't that water cold?
Probably was.
Probably was. Well, you got bare feet there now. Or you got tennies on. I don't know. Getting pretty deep. This was just on the road going home. And that's where some big rock hit our windshield on the car and put a little hole in it. Had to have a new windshield. That was at the border.
International Falls.
Yeah, International Falls going into from Canada to Wisconsin. Oh my goodness.
Checking to see if it's out of film.
Oh,
Probably again it got
that
caught.
wasn't me. That
That was
one.
me.
Yeah. And there's baby. Oh, she loves to run. We'd probably been.
Obviously,
We'd been gone
got
for a
home.
while, and they'd taken care of her, and we got there, and oh, she goes nuts. And runs like crazy. Gotta take you home and calm you down. There's Grandma Roels and Grandpa. That's Dick's mother and dad. There was a sunrise. I like to get sunrises and sunsets. I don't take movies anymore though.
Grandma, what's the
What?
middle
Mine? Mary. Ah, good old snow.
Oh, this must have been a very bad
Oh,
snowstorm.
it was. They let the snowmobilers go around, see if people were stranded even. Because usually they can't drive in the road. Oh, look at, oh, Oh my golly.
Remember those jackets? Those were the big in thing. The jacket I had on, they were like a nylon shell. The inside was an orange, and they had this fur on the hood.
Yeah.
Kind of like a parka.
Now with winter coming on, this sort of makes you feel, I don't want it.
That's right. Oh,
Oh.
look at how badly bent over all those things are.
Yeah, that was a heavy snow, I guess, besides this being a lot of snow. You're supposed to wear mittens when you do that.
I think we're at the end.
Huh?
Well, that's the end of the movies. Now, next time we get together, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
put some slides on here. Okay, it's Saturday, June 1st, and we're going to go through some slides that my mom has pulled together, and we've got about 4 reels of slides, and we'll just kind of go through them about a slide every 5 seconds or so. You can start anytime.
Oh, okay. Well, we just arrived at Papoose Lodge up north, and there's a big dog, great big dog they had there at the lodge. And Lil and Charles Beamisdorfer, our neighbors down the street, came up and spent a couple days with us. Nothing like taking it easy. That's Lil and Jack. And that is Lil. I guess we're all zonked out there. There's Jack driving. I don't know where we were headed. That looks like fall. Now we're going to take a trip down the Namakagon River with Ed and Irene Vogel fishing. We had a guide with us. Got a few fish. And the guide fixed a nice shore lunch. Just taking it easy after lunch. And this is Charles and Jack with our big English setter hunting dog, Rob. And that's my brother with Rob. We're going pheasant hunting. Gosh, now we're in a boat. Oh, we went up and down the Rock River, and Rob loved to go in the boat. Out in front of the house. There he's on point. You can see his tail is pointed one way and his nose the other. He loved to be in the house. He lived outdoors in a big doghouse, but he sure liked to be in the house. There's Annie Oakley. There's Rob. He was a great dog. Like to live in the house. Tongue hanging out. He used to run and hunt so hard, and it would be hot, and he'd almost die from not having water. That was, yeah, he looked a little younger there. Boy, look at how little those trees were then. A little big to be a lap dog, so he laid on the Davenport. That's my brother with Rob. Oh, this is when we lived in the apartment over on West Grand, and he had his dog yard out in back of the garage. Oh, there's Carol when she was a baby. That's when... It looks like a repeat slide, doesn't it? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I know whose dog that was. That was a friend of ours. Can't say his name now. He bought a small dog and he brought it over. Frank Papini, his name was. That's, yeah, that's Jack and I with Rob. He tried to be a lap dog. Oh, that's our swimming pool in Beloit. Beloit Municipal Pool. And that's my bowling team. We were over at Bertha's. And that's that's my friend, Fran Hankins, and McCarville. And that was taken out at the ski jump. We're hopping around a lot here.
Open space. 2 open spaces.
Yeah. Jump at the big hills.
We've
Oh.
got a malfunction. Malfunction repaired. We're on our way again. Who's that again?
It's Betty Brusberg holding one of her children. I don't know which one it was. And Mars Bird. And that's Carol squatting in front. Yeah. Clubhouse. That's just the basement having been dug. Jack was president of that for several years. That's when they were getting the forms in. That's where we used to go trap shooting. Here's a trap shooting range. There's Marcella and Carol and Jack and Bob and Bob's hunting dog. We also used to go pheasant hunting over to Clarno, and that's the gang that used to hunt together. See Rob on point there? You can just see his tail sticking up. Having a little break at lunchtime. There's a pheasant. Yep, that's Uncle Bob. There, my one and only pheasant. I felt so bad. He was so pretty, I never shot one after that. That's the 3 guys with their dogs. Ha! I used to fit into a bathing suit. This is up at Barney's when with Churchill's. All the cabins were all right along the lakefront. And they used to take us for a ride in their big boat.
That's the way I fish.
Yeah, and there's Barney, big fat Barney there.
Big guy.
He was a big man. He was fun though. I made that little outfit. That's Carol with, they took that gal up north to babysit. Ooh, somebody's splashing, I can tell. These birds, I don't know what kind they were, but if you go anywhere near that birdhouse, they'd swoop right down on you. I like this shot. I thought it was sort of pretty. The clouds and the bridge over there.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, there. The lure's in the water and you can see these little fish coming up around it. And away we go.
Look at the water, how clear that is.
Yeah, it was very clear. They used to bring the mail in with an airplane. That's a nice shot too. I like that one. God, I wish I was that thin now. Look at the rocks. You can see them right down there in the water. That's David, when David was a baby. Ooh, that little boy came in with a good stringer. What are those, walleyes? Or
No,
bass?
some bass.
Bass. Oh, There's my mom. Let's see now. We went up to Chain Lakes.
Well, let's go back to that one quickly here.
Yeah, that's my mother and I. and Jack was with us, and we went up to the chain of lakes, which was a very lovely thing. We took a boat trip all around the lake. We must have been all dressed for dinner that day because we sure weren't fishing in those clothes. Yeah, and then we took a trip around the lake, and there was some pretty, very pretty homes around there. That chain of lakes, there's one lake there that the bottom is real white, and it makes, this is Gus Bangs' up at Three Lakes. That was a relative, an uncle of Jack's, and they had a gas station there. And another uncle had a resort in that same area. And this is where?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, this is I think Evergreen Resort on Long Lake. That's a deer that used to come in there. Oh boy, this must be where I catch the big one. That's the man that owned the resort, and he'd take us out in his big boat. Every afternoon he'd charge around the lake. That's my Lily. Not a very clear picture though. Didn't have it in focus. Yeah. That deer used to come in every day and he'd go right down the water with the, kids around and everything. There's the big one.
Holy cow, so big it couldn't even fit on the slide.
That's right.
Okay, what were the statistics on this here?
45 inches long and 24 pounds. Look at that face. Only a mother fish could love. Look, it took two to hold it, see that? It's Uncle Bob and Jack. There's Marcella and Jack holding the biggie. I have the head mounted right here in the basement. And that's Carol and Robert evidently with the big one. I think everybody at the resort had their picture taken. I caught it. I had my old bathing suit on, and I wouldn't let my picture be taken until I ran out and put my better bathing suit on. Oh, this is in the Badlands. Mom and Jack and I, we went August of 1952. It's Jack and Mom. In our old blue Mercury. Oh, those Badlands. They go on forever. There's not much color there either, and evidently I didn't have the camera set real good. That was one of those that you almost had to have a, that down by, I think yeah, where's that? Yeah, down by Mount Rushmore. That's going into Mount Rushmore. My mother liked to go on trips, and there's the faces. You really have to hit that at the right time in the morning because the sun shines on. And this was, it must be early afternoon. I think I went through there in some years later and hit it at the right time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's getting out into Colorado now, by Estes Park. There's a scenery on the way to Estes Park where we stayed. Pretty waterfall. There's my mother. She was a good egg. She liked to go on trips. There's Jack looking for, I don't know what. That was our German binoculars, which later were stolen out of an unlocked car. I like that picture. A little out of focus. Some of those big crevices had the deepest snow in them. Ooh. that the, oh, that must have been the end. We are. This is, this is the, can I go?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, this is the cottage where we stayed at in Estes Park. It was real ranchy looking. Not raunchy, ranchy. That was at Littleton. That's just south of Denver. We ate there, and it was a beautiful. Oh, and this is where Joe and Elle Jean first lived. And that's their two adopted little children, Tim and Debbie. And there's a picture of them. And that's the motel that Joe and his brother owned, called Jay's Motel. And they owned their own Palomino horses, and this is the two horses there. It was a little sort of cloudy that day. And then we drove up to Pikes Peak, and that was some of the racing cars. They have a race up there every year. And this is some of the scenery. You're going sort of fast.
It's on automatic timer.
Lots and field. Oh, yeah, and this is a scenery on the way up and down from Pikes Peak. Rocks, huge, great big things. That's just some of the scenery. That's called balanced rock. And this is little Indian boy. Those are falls, you see them, but you can walk way up to the top of them. And there you get a look at it from the bottom coming down. Look at it coming down, really a long ways.
Yeah, it's Royal Gorge.
And that's
there.
the Royal Gorge, yeah. And this is up at Central City, an old mining town. They used to hang them up there. And that's an old theater at Central City. And this is the scenery along the way. This is the Van Briggle Pottery there in Colorado Springs. And this is a big house. You see the two parts of it, and they cut it in two and moved it. And this is Mom and I out at the Broadmoor. That was a beautiful hotel. Beautiful flowers and everything around it. This is the swimming pool at the Broadmoor. That's Mom and Jack standing by the little lake. And that's looking towards the Broadmoor as you head into it. And that's Joe and Elle Jean Johnson. We went up to Twin Lakes to go fishing. That was their car. Yeah, that's Joe and Jack. That's called Twin Lakes, and we fished trout, lake trout up there. That's Joe. They still have their cabin up there, and they go up there fishing. Yeah, those are, see the trout hanging from his fingers? They were little. Yeah, they weren't real big. That's Joe and Elle Jean. There are us gals sitting on the fence. Oh, look at the size of those steaks. Look at that steak. That was a beautiful sunrise. That was a sunrise facing east. And that's, yeah, they drove over to Michigan and picked up this convertible. And then we took them down to the wagon wheel, and they even let Jack drive it. Jack and Elle Jean. Joe and Jack out by the swimming pool. Ah, that's Fran Hankins, my friend, and I at Miami Beach. Big waves coming in. Oh, there's the good-looking lifeguard. That water was so clear. There was Fran getting, I guess we were getting ready to go to dinner. There, they decorate the streets and it's so warm down there you can't even think about Christmas. We couldn't anyway. There's a big bridge going down to the Keys. Beautiful flowers. I'm trying to think of the name of that. Is it I don't know what the name of it was. We took a bus trip down to the Keys. There's a big old alligator. And that was way down at the at Key West. It's the first time I ever had key lime pie. And there's when they dug the hole for our little house here. Yeah. Oh, there's even flowers in the front of it already. Look at that. Looks so little there, doesn't it? When you get a house beside there, our first home. See, Mark, back that up. Just see how little waistline I had at one time. No, that's Fran. Well, you didn't back it up. There we're having, aha, cocktail. That's before we even had our dining room outfit there. I got there, my first maternity dress. I was just dying to get my first one. Finally I did. Oh, I'm so proud of it. And there is that little baby. Mark William Betcher, born August 24th, 1956. Oh, is he crying? There, my Aunt Sella's holding him. There's Carol holding him. Doesn't he look like Matt did a little bit? Look at that. I mean, there's a resemblance here. There's Abby Jo holding him. There he is laying on the davenport asleep. Now we're waking up. Must be he's going to have a bath. I used to give him a bath in the one side of the sink. Look at those big eyes. I like this picture. Look at the grin on your face there, Mike. Oh, yeah. That's in the bedroom on your little changing table. Watching TV, huh? Looks sort of lost in that great big chair. I always liked that picture. That was real neat. There, that's a cute one. I had one print made up of that and gave it to Dr. Sanderson to put with his collection of babies. There's your first Halloween picture. That was Thanksgiving time over at Aunt Sella's. We had to put a lot of pillows in the high chair so you wouldn't slip out. Oh, that's the one. No, that's the one I gave to Dr. Sanderson. Christmas time. Chow time. Boy, you're getting pretty husky there, Mary. That would have been a nice picture if it wouldn't have been out of focus.
No, that looks like Catherine, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's Uncle Bob. after Jack died and they went up north, they took you and I up north that summer. Oh, no bathing suit.
Oh, Catherine and Matt, where are you?
Yep, bare buns. No, that couldn't have been no, yeah, you were born in August. Yeah, I guess you're about a year old there.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, isn't that nice? There's Carol and Aunt Sella and Steve and David and Robert and Uncle Bob and you. That would make a nice print, wouldn't it? That other one I meant. Yeah. There's the boys and a doggy. Fun, huh? Oh. More of MWB. Now this goes back when you were smaller. I must not have gotten these in the right rotation. Uh-oh. Deep in a study. Boy, look at that slick hairdo. Look at now, that is a double exposure. Isn't that cute? And that's rather clever, isn't it? Double exposure. Oh, this is your first, yeah, it'd be your first birthday, wouldn't it?
It's Jack Pressburg.
Yeah, Jack Pressburg and his the one girl on the left, and that other one's Carol. And then we used to have about 3 birthday parties. I don't know how you rated. There, and that one, yeah, Jack Pressburg's the boy and the girl there, and Robert.
Gary on the
and,
left and Gail on the right.
Yeah, and then Robert there, and then in that Greg, and then Steve, and I don't know, is that Betty
Me in the
Pressburg standing
background.
up? Yeah,
Yes, I
you in
think
the high
so.
chair, yeah.
And then David and Carol
And then
Gail.
David and Carol and Gail, yeah. A little out of focus.
Eating my presents.
Yeah. Boy, are we walking good now. Christmas time. You must have been about, what, a year and a half there?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just labeled this one, Mark, Family and Friends in 1958. There's with Evie Jo. And there's with Charles and Evie. That must have been down at June's house. There's Uncle Hans with Mark. That's our Swiss friend. Not really an uncle, but we called him uncle. And that's with Uncle Neil. Whoa, look at that nice desk and chair. Wow. That was a cute snowsuit. We really had a lot of snow. And there's with Grandma Betcher, his daddy's mother. And there's...
Go back to that in a second.
And there he is with Annie June and Uncle Ken down at June's house. I don't know if they were Belvedere at that time. There he's with Grandma Betcher. Oh my goodness, that must be your
Okay, let's take a
second.
minute here, see if we
Yeah.
can identify.
Yeah, that must be your.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I was going with Howard Rosenow at that time, and that's his three girls right around this corner.
Okay.
Now,
That's
and
Carol.
and Carol, and
you can't really see, but Jack Brusberg,
yeah, I think that was Gail right there.
Okay,
That
Gail
yeah,
here.
this one, yeah,
Aunt Marion.
Aunt Marion.
Who's that?
That's Wally. That's who she was married to at that
okay.
time. And then
Uncle
Uncle
Bob.
Bob, and Betty Brusberg, and Uncle Charles,
Okay.
Aunt Sella, Grandma Betcher, Kenny,
Ken.
Uncle Ken, Aunt June, Evie Joe. No, I can't. Is that David?
Can't.
Robert's the next one, and then that one's Gary. I
Right.
can't quite tell.
Right, this is Robert, and that's Gary.
Yeah.
This one would be David, and I think that one's Steve there.
Would that be Steve?
I don't know who this
I don't know
little
who
guy
that. No,
down
I
there
don't
is.
either. But anyway, it was a big birthday party, and there, he didn't have any Halloween costumes, so I took a big pillowcase and tied a couple ears and cut a face out, and that was it. Oh boy, could he do dishes. Yeah. There we are. Waiting for Santa Claus, maybe, huh? That's
Robbie Linhart next door.
that's Robbie, yeah, a neighbor that lived next door. And that's Mark on his hobby horse that Grandma Betcher gave him. Now Mark's children ride
There's
hobby
Steve
horse.
Woodman.
Yeah, and there's Stevie Woodman, our neighbor on the other side. Oh boy, necktie must be going to Sunday school. I like that one.
What a mug.
Yeah. Sitting on the seat of his a little pool. Standing by the corn. See, I used to have corn. And that's with Robbie Lenthart in the pool. There's Uncle Neil. We're cooking out. Gosh sakes, whose party is that?
Well, I don't know. There's Jack and Betty again. And
Yep.
a lot of faces aren't turned, and there's Aunt Marion, Uncle Chuck,
Uh,
Aunt
yeah.
June, Uncle Ken.
I don't know. Who's that lady next to
don't know.
Grandma Betcher? That one I don't know. And there's the boys. Robert,
Musketeers.
David, Steve, and Mark. All 3 years apart. And that's
Jetty Ashley.
Jetty Ashley, sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the neighborhood's starting to fill in now. You can see down the block there.
Yep. And there he is in another Halloween outfit.
Devil.
Always took it in that chair for some reason. I don't know why. That was a cute little winter outfit. Betty Brusberg had it, and she gave it to a friend who had a little boy, and that friend gave it to me, and then I guess it was worn out. Look at those big lights. Don't they look almost double, don't they?
Yeah,
The lights.
looks like it might have been.
I don't know. And there we are out in Colorado Springs visiting our friends Elgene, and that's Tim and Deb.
Try a quick focus here, make sure it's good and sharp.
And there we are out in their side yard. They have a great big patio out in back. And there's the other side of their house. And that light mountain in the back is Pikes Peak. And that was looking,
Storm blowing in.
yeah. They have beautiful roses. Really landscape, very pretty around there. And that's a storm coming. That's Pikes Peak in the background. And there the sun came
Wow.
through. Isn't that neat?
Mhm.
Those shafts of light coming down
Spectacular.
right after the rain. Uh-huh. I guess this is just scenery around Colorado Springs. Oh, we went to the zoo up on Cheyenne Mountain. flamingos. And that's out at the Garden of the Gods. And that's one of the big balanced rocks. That's a pretty shot. You can climb way up to the top of that. I can't think what that was called. It had a name. Oh, and these were little Indian children.
Debbie, Tim, and I with our
Yep.
gear on it.
Yeah, uh-huh. There's Mark with the little Indian boy. And there's Tim and Deb. I mean, Mark and Deb. They were going to cook breakfast. So Mark had a chef's hat on. And that was his cowboy outfit that we got for him so we could go to the rodeo. And that's Jean and Joe all dressed up in their western. And then there's Mark and I with our western stuff on. There's Tim, Mark, and Deb. All set to go. I think we went out to eat that night, didn't we? Went to the rodeo. There's Tim. He's got his guns on. He played baseball. Debbie, she was sure a sweet little gal. Now she's got 3 little boys of her own. There's the family. How about that one? That's a nice clear shot. Gee, I even had shoes to match my dress.
I remember that dress.
Yeah, it was a silk one.
Sharp.
I still have the skirt of that.
Hey, Matt, you're up against some tough competition here.
You know it. Where did we go there? Debbie had the prettiest blonde hair. Now we're out at their swimming pool out at the motel. Oh, that was that the yeah, when we the plane we came out. Yeah, this is the rodeo, the Pikes Peak Rodeo Parade. Joe should be in this one someplace. There we ooh, I must have borrowed the Jean's jacket. Look at that neat western jacket. Santa Claus. Western stagecoach Indians on their ponies. Clowns.
Cactus Jack, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a Western store out in Colorado and in Ogallala, Nebraska.
Oh, they have in Nebraska too?
Mm-hmm.
There's the square dancers. The old Calliope, is that? I don't remember exactly where that was. Oh, this is when we went up north, wasn't it? Up
Lake City,
Lake City, yeah. Sure, because there's a farm up there and there's our big oinkers. Gosh sakes, we got back to Colorado in a hurry. Something gets slipped in
Oh my gosh,
there.
look at the size of that tree.
Sure, yeah.
That tree is now just huge.
Yeah. I figure it must be about
Check out those shoes.
40
man.
some years. Yeah, a little bright red shoes and a bright bow tie. He took my hat and little furs I put on. There's Grandma Betcher and Mark again. That was about 1960, I guess. Yeah, there's our,
Our backyard looks the same except for the poplars.
yeah. Yeah,
Kitty cat.
there's the bushes, still got those bushes.
Wow, the flowers you used to have.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Instead of a garden, I guess I had flowers. Oh, that's my bowling team.
Okay, who are they now?
Betty, she was Betty George at that time.
Oh, that's Betty George.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then Bertha Christ. Oh, gosh, I can't think of her name. Marguerite Wall.
Which
And
one's
me,
Marguerite?
the dark-haired one.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can remember her sister's name, and I can't. Brinkman. Her last name was. There's Evie, all dolled up. That's Grandma Betcher, and that was her stepmother.
Really?
That,
Grandma Betcher's stepmother?
well, yeah, Grandpa Gould, and Winnie's mother were married, and then Winnie's mother, Grandma Betcher's mother, died. And then he remarried, and this is the lady that he remarried. And she had all these children, like Bangs, you know, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it was quite a. And this is Harvey and Naomi Knuth. That was after Grandpa Gould married this other lady I just showed you.
Mhm.
This is the daughter, so that's a half-sister to Grandma Betcher.
Okay.
And that's one of her sons, and Mark. I don't remember what her sons' names were. Naomi's son.
Holy
And this is
cow.
a
Birthday party.
Now you can name them. I
Oh,
can't.
boy, good luck.
I can't.
That looks like John Sorgel and Tom Wolfe and Tom DeCory, me, Kevin Lawver, Jetty Ashley, Ken Murray. That is Janice Lawver, and I don't remember her name. That's Nancy DeCory, Jeannie Wolfe, and Terry Lawver, and then Lori Woodman.
Uh-huh. Good. I'm glad you
Not
could
bad,
remember. Not bad. Yeah, this is just another picture of the group. These are his girlfriends. Yeah, his femmes.
Oh, that's a great picture, too.
Sure it is. And
Guys.
there's his buddies. Good boy. Davy Schneider isn't there, is he?
No.
Huh. Ah, boy. Indian Joe. And Annie June gave him this drum set. There, we're all dressed up again. And there's a swing set. And there's, we called him Belvedere Bob.
Oh, yeah.
He lived in Belvedere, and sometimes when Mark would be down at Annie June's for the weekend, Belvedere Bob would bring him back because he lived in Beloit. And this is first day at
school,
kindergarten,
yeah.
and that's, which Wolf girl was that?
Jeannie Wolfe.
Jeannie, and I don't remember who the little boy is. They with their pictures. And this is his little, yeah. And a bicycle, yeah. Oh, that was by some park. That's Grandma Betcher again, with Mark. Now
Up
that,
north again.
yeah, that's up north. That's in 61. Oh yeah, that's when I started. I was going with Dick then, and he was up there too with us. And then Carol. Oh boy, how'd you ever land that one?
It's not mine, I'm sure. Ah, there we go.
There, Dick got one. That was the, oh, this is Storybook Land up by the Dells. We stopped there on the way home. That's quite a place.
Jack and the Beanie.
Have you ever taken the kids there, Mark?
Not yet.
Mark?
So far
Yeah.
I've been successful in avoiding it.
Oh, quite. Beautiful flowers up there. I don't know. These are the Blue Angels, that military flying group. They're revving up to take off. That was quite some display. You almost need that on movie film to get
They're
the full.
flying at each other.
Yeah, to get the full benefit of it.
Formation.
Yeah. They crisscross, and it's pink. They let stuff come out the back was pink.
It's kind of neat.
Uh-huh. You get all sorts of formations. Must be the end of that one.
That's the end of that one.
Wow, we're back getting the milk out for the morning. Oh. This is our wedding. Are you ready?
Yep.
This was Teo when Dick and I were married.
Look on Steve's
There's
face.
David, Steve, and Mark. And there we were opening up
Bonnie on the
gifts.
left, right?
And Bonnie Churchill was taking the bows off. And whoa, goodness, I don't know what it was. My mouth flew open. There we are at the Crossroads Motel. Well, you're going so fast I can't tell the story. Yeah. Anyway. Well, we were going to stay at, we're over by Delavan. And we couldn't get a room. We hadn't made a reservation in advance because we didn't think that time of the year we'd need it. So we had to stay at the Crossroads Motel. There's Richard. Look at his hair.
Boy.
Richard had hair. And there we are at a picnic. This is before, yeah, was this before we were married? Yeah, because that's when that's the day that
Look at that Abby in the background there.
Yeah, that's when they give the okay that we could get married.
That's Aunt Abby's dad over here, isn't it?
Yes,
right?
it is. See, pretty head of hair he's got. That's Mark right there in the back on the left. Yeah, that's over at Grandma Roels' house. The three of us. Oh, yeah. There's Grandma Roels and Grandpa Roels and Dick. That was a windy day. There they are. This was our bedroom. That bedspread the girls at the corral gave me for a wedding gift. That's that picture that used to scare you when you were little. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's
this is, let's see, where are we now?
back to the Badlands, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. We're heading, yeah, this is after we were married. Remember when we went out? Yeah, and that's the Badlands.
Like rocks to shoot with my slingshot there.
Yeah. This one here should
I
lead
remember
to,
that shirt too. Dad's there.
yeah, yeah. Little donkeys that go through when you go through there. They stick their head right inside your car. There, see
There's
now,
a good
yeah,
one.
there. We hit it at a good time.
That's
The sun was on it, so it looks nice. Yeah. This is a continental divide. The water goes one way to the Pacific and the other to the Atlantic. Oh, goodness. That's scenery on the way to Colorado Springs. Boy, are we high up. Look at those cars way down there. There's buffaloes. I can't remember, is that Cody National Park? Remember that big one we saw rubbing his rump against a tree?
Mm-hmm.
Fraser, Colorado. And that,
In the record book a lot.
yeah, in the record
Coldest
for
place in the
cold.
48
Yeah.
states.
And there we were over at Manitou,
Oh,
over to
fun.
Manitou Springs, yeah, and we were wading in the creek and we shouldn't have. They were very, very up there in the Masons, both Elgene and Joe.
Oh,
What's the matter? Air Force Academy at Colorado Springs. That's quite a place to see. Joe and Tim. I don't know what kind of a plane that is. These are the buildings that are out there.
Pegasus.
Yes. Yep. And there, that is the chapel. Didn't Frank Lloyd Wright do that? I think. And there's going 3 or 4 services be held at the same time out there. I think that was these are Boughton slides, I think. I don't think I took these. And then we stopped at Santa Claus Land. All different things for the children to see. Animals around to pet. Yeah,
North Pole.
the North Pole.
Yeah.
Now this is sunset on Pikes Peak. Kept taking it at various degrees.
It's not going well on videotape, unfortunately. You kind of see that it's
No.
washing out. Slide in real life is much more spectacular.
Yeah. Boy, it was cold up there that day. You're way up high. And everything has that red glow to it as the sun's almost set. Ah, was that another birthday?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, let's
That's,
see.
Robbie
1964, Mark and
John
Friends.
Sorgel, Ken Murray, myself, Tom DeCory, Mike Borgerding in this
Uh-huh.
one. Tom Wolfe.
Kevin Lawver.
Yeah. There's
Davey,
Dave
there's
Schneider.
Davey.
I can't tell you
And
that
who's
guy
that?
is.
I don't know who that other one is. No, I don't either. It doesn't say anything about a birthday, it just says Mark and Friends. Oh. This is family and friends. Ooh,
Blues Brothers.
that was probably, probably Easter. Oh, boy.
Land Army.
Yep. Boy, you guys you really had a fort set up out and back there too. Remember all your camouflage stuff out there? How about that haircut? Now we're playing cowboy and Indians. Football. Look at all those hollyhocks out there. Oh, we must be swimming someplace.
Oh, a report card.
Good report card. I can
See
see
how
it.
much taller that tree is in this picture.
Yes, yeah. Both of you are growing. Oh, it must have a lot of A's on it. Look at that OK sign.
Anyone else? There's Randy Schneider.
Yeah, there's Randy and Steve and Mark. That was Kenny Mummery, wasn't it? That one?
Mm-hmm. And what?
Oh, you can almost see it. Yeah, Dick, there we were up north. I have titled this Pretty Things and Scenery. Quite a number of pictures. Didn't know where else to put them, so
Those are pretty.
morning glories. That was the sun setting. Now, isn't that neat?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a ball of fire. That must have been either setting or coming up. I don't know which. In fact, not sure where it was. That's a pretty one. Oh, I know. That was at Twin Lakes, up in Colorado when we went up there with Joe and Elgene. But, you know, I just didn't know where to put all these, so I put them together because they were sort of outstanding. I get a few good ones once in a while. Sunsets are one of my favorite things to do. Oh, that's out at the Broadmoor. I recognize that. And that is probably up at Twin Lakes, I think. I don't know where that is. That looks like the Capitol someplace.
Well, if that's in
I don't know, because it doesn't say. Oh, that's a slide I bought, I can tell. I can tell. That looks like Florida, when Fran and I were down there. Yeah, it was, because that was a sunset. I remember taking that. Yeah, that looks like it's up north.
Muskie
Yeah.
Alley.
Could be. That's
Neat.
just out west of town. That's it.
Sugar
When
River?
yeah, whenever we'd go pheasant hunting out at Clarno, I'd always stop and take this. Yeah, Sugar River, and I'd take this, and you'd be surprised how it would vary from year to year, and still it was the same, about the same date, always.
Hmm.
But the color varied so much. Yeah, that was driving over by Clarno.
Those just don't drop.
Yeah, that's on the way to Clarno too. That one I must have bought. That's a rainbow. That must have been out in Colorado. And there's lightning. I bought that. I bought that too.
Hotel in the woods.
Yeah, looking out on
Have
the
the
lake
dining room.
at mealtime. Oh, that's Fran Hankins and McCarville and Jack. This was way before your time, Mark. We went out in the fall. And Fran and I were in one boat, and the guys were in another. And I cast out in this. Of course, at that time of the year, the water is so clear. I could see this muskie following my plug. And he didn't take it. And so I said to Fran, cast out the other side quick. And she caught it.
Mm-hmm. Happened to Sue and I once.
Oh, this is Mars White. She married my cousin, Bob Bird, and this was at their wedding. There's Mars and Bob in the car. They must have been throwing rice at him. About ready to pull away, I guess. There's my brother when he was in a wheelchair. And that's where he and my mother lived. And that's Robert and Carol. And I'm on the left, and then Betty Brusberg and my mother and my sister, and Carol and Robert. That's my brother and his son, Larry, who is, both of them have since passed away. That's Jack and Carol. And that's my sister. Is that the, I don't know where we were there. Looks a little bit like Devil's Lake.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. Boy, that was the wildest plaid dress. Whew. Yeah, there's Jack and Mom and Bob. Me out at the swimming pool. And that is, oh, that's my mother's brother, Uncle Carl, and his wife. He lived in Superior, and he came down. He was the oldest one of the family. That was Jack when he was in service, and I, and Evie, and Charles. Hot dog. Grandma Betcher, Evie, and my mother.
Wow, that's an old one.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Color's still excellent on that, you know?
Yeah, it was pretty good, yeah. Evie and Charles. That's a cute one.
That is a cute
Oh. Should have a print made of that. That's Evie and her dad. He had the prettiest white hair. That's Jack and June, Grandma Betcher, and Charles. Boy, that's an old picture, my golly. I wonder if that was before service days. I don't remember. There's the whole group. That was a Black Panther division. There's the family. Grandpa Betcher by then had passed away. Gosh, where did we have Evie? We were out in a boat. I don't remember. Oh, that was a pretty suit. Fuchsia gabardine. All these pictures could almost make me go on a diet.
This is a great one.
The three femmes. That's right across the street, I think. Yeah, because that's their house over there. That one's out of focus. See how slim June used to be? That was down at June's. There's June and Kenny when they got married. June looked about the best then that I think she looked ever. She looked so nice. Evie and I in our white dresses. And hats. Hats were a must in those days. And there's Junie. Pretty blue dress. That was Kenny's sister and her husband and their little girl. There's the whole group.
Oh, sure. That's Kenny's mom.
Uh-huh, and
And
his
Ken's
dad,
dad.
yeah, uh-huh. Well, and who's that other older man?
She made great mincemeat pie.
Yes, she did. Yeah, because I'll just say who it is at the time, you know, when it... Tell me when.
It's on.
Oh, these are all pictures of Carol Churchill. And that's Marcella, Carol's mother. And these are all of Carol. That's Larry, my brother's boy, and Carol. That was a cute one, I thought. That was the cutest pink outfit. Marcella made it for her. Ooh, she grew up in a hurry. There's a couple of fish. Yeah, I used to take her out the swimming pool. Used to take her over to Lake Geneva. There we are at the swimming pool. That's up at Barney's. Jumping off the boat. She took tap lessons. That's Bonnie and Carol. And they put on a little show on the front porch one night. And there she is getting more grown up. That's a cute picture of her. Must have been a birthday party in our basement. And there she and her friend, they were going to a prom. And there's her prom dress. Isn't that a pretty dress? Yeah, and that's Marcella and Carol. And there she is with Robert. That's the second child. That's Robert. There's Carol holding Robert. Marcella with the two of them. Uncle Jack holding Robert. Look at the fat face on him. Whoa, wow. There's my mother holding him. Carol and Robert. And this is David. That's the third child. There we are up at Barney's. He's a little fatty too.
Sure. It's a little Chinese.
His first birthday cake. There, boy, we were really getting to be a fisherman, trying to put his own worms on. Is this Stevie? I think this is Stevie. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, there, I see. That's not regular. Oh, yeah, that's Steve. Fell asleep in the high chair. Now he's looking more like Steve. Oh, that must go back to the other two, one of the two, yeah. That's Carol and Bonnie. I don't know which of the children that other one is. Carol and Robert and David. Isn't that cute? We've been over to Lake Delavan living for the month, and they got real suntan, and I took that picture. Look at Carol, she started losing her teeth.